Gentlemen, I'm talking to you in this video because I want to talk about open and honest, authentic communication. And I want to talk about that because I hear from a lot of women that they're frustrated that men don't communicate. And we've grown up in a society over the years and over the generations where communication of feelings and all that stuff in our parents' and our grandparents' generations was seen as a weakness, or it was something that you would do when you were kind of breaking down, or you were desperate and you needed to just express yourself. But up until that breaking point, it wouldn't be something we would do because it wasn't manly enough. And I can feel and see the comments coming in already from you guys who are just going to tear me apart for this. But hear me out. When it comes to building a relationship, one of the key things that is frustrating for women and for men, especially these days, is a lack of open and honest communication. And I don't mean just going on a first date and laying every single insecurity, every single red flag that you have out on the table, obviously. But I'm talking about being open about what it is that you're actually looking for. What type of relationship do you want? What have your past experiences been? How can you help this person relate to you better by being honest about what you've been through, where you're at now, and where you're going? It's more of a strength to be open about yourself and your feelings than it is a weakness. I could easily argue that it's a weakness to hold these things inside because it means that you're not willing to actually face them. You're not willing to be honest with yourself, and therefore you're definitely not willing to be honest with somebody else. So when you think about strength, when you think about what it means to be secure in yourself, you have to understand the product of that strength is the willingness to therefore be open and honest. Because there's no stronger sign of security than saying, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what's going through my mind. And I'm not going to worry about being judged for it because I'm being honest with myself and therefore I'm being honest with you. And I guarantee you, I've got friends who are blue-collar workers that have tattoos and beards and the whole thing, and I've told them before, listen, man, you're going through a tough time right now. You need to express this to your girlfriend or your wife or whoever it is. And 10 times out of 10, they'll come back to me and they will say, you're right. And this isn't about me being right. This isn't about an opinion. This is about a factual way that relationships are strengthened. It's about the way bonds are built through communication. It's about the way that women appreciate when you actually trust them enough to open up. Now, of course, this happens over time through building trust, right? This isn't something that you just spit out to any random person that you come in on the street. This is about somebody that you're with, that you know you can trust, that you know you can communicate with, but you yourself are holding back because maybe you're nervous that you're not good enough when she finds out the truth about you. Maybe you're nervous that she won't like you anymore, right? Maybe you're nervous that the slightest sign of what you consider weakness will turn her off and she will leave. And you know what? I don't blame you. We've grown up in a society that has perpetuated that notion over the years. And when we're younger, we have to put across a facade. We have to put up a wall or put on a mask that shows people we've got it all figured out. And especially in the age of social media, as a guy, as a man, you need to be able to say, I got it. I got this. I'm good. I don't need to complain. I don't need to vent. I don't need to worry. But you're human. And when you shut those parts of yourself off, you're unrelatable. You're unrelatable to the woman in your life. You're unrelatable to the people around you. And it doesn't make any sense. Somebody can't open up to you. They can't trust you to open up to them because they figure that all you're doing is essentially masking what's actually going on inside of you, which is what you're doing. So now effectively what you've done is you've taken the thing that you think makes you stronger and makes you more desirable, and you've turned it into a negative because it means that people don't really know who you are. So this open and honest and I hesitate to say vulnerable communication to the right person, it's a turn on for them, it's an attraction point for them, and it's a solidification of your relationship because they know that you're willing to be honest with them. And if you're not going to open up to them about the small things that are bugging you along the way, how can they trust you're going to open up to them about the big things when something's really going wrong? And all that happens then is these things build up over time. There's a small annoyance here. There's a little red flag there. There's something that's bugging you at work. There's something that's eating away from you, maybe in your family life or whatever it is that you're not expressing. And then over the years, it builds up and it builds up and it builds up. And all of a sudden, there's a blowout, there's an argument, there's something that the woman in your life would have changed 10 years ago if she knew it was bugging you. And this is part of a two-way street. This is where she wants you to be open with her, so she knows it's okay for her to be open with you. Because if you don't know what's going on, if you don't know how she's feeling, then how are you supposed to adjust in the way that she would be expected to adjust to? So it's really about being open and honest from the beginning, you guys. This isn't just something that I'm going to win her over for X amount of months or years and then I'll start being open. Because what happens if that doesn't work out? What happens if you start being open in 6 months and all of a sudden you find out something you don't like about each other? So again, make sure you're rationing this in terms of the progress, right? Don't just sit down on a first date and say, here's all my baggage. But at the same time, don't keep it locked up so tightly that she doesn't actually know who you are. And I guarantee you, if you actually follow through, be open, be honest, and communicate, it will strengthen not only your relationship, but your sense of self-worth and your sense of confidence. Even when you screw up a word, you'll still know you get it right next time. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've had one of these open and transformative experiences, because I know a lot of people have and they may not be willing to share it, but just like the topic of this video, the second 1 or 2 people actually come out and be honest about the fact that I've done this and it works, it gives a nonverbal permission to other people to open up and do the same. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.